So I think a lot of people, aspiring entrepreneurs, I'm probably jumping ahead of myself here, a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs don't really have experience in business necessarily, especially these days where college isn't necessarily a prerequisite for all these things. How did you find that helped your experience in building the types of businesses that you have now? Because you have more than one business that you run now.
Oh, I have a bunch. Yeah.
So how did that play a part? I mean, it sounds like you had a lot of success, but especially at that age, it seems like whatever money you'd made would just get sunk into something else irresponsible at 19. At least it would have for me.
19, 40, same thing.
Yeah, right. Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So how did you compare that lessons and just trial by fire, for instance, versus,
It's going to sound crazy, but that business, the student painting business, has been around for 35, 40 years. And when I look back on my summer doing that, I had some of my best learning ever.
Yeah.
How to market, how to sell, how to organize people, hire people, get a project done, deal with customers, jobs go bad. It was just an intense summer. I'd wake up every morning just stressed out and throwing up, and then I'd go to work. And I worked 18 hours a day or 16 hours a day, where the hell it was. And I did that all summer long. And I learned so many things that was like the best thing I could ever do as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And it still is. Like, the program still exists, mainly in the Midwest and stuff. But it's, kids today learn how to really run a business. And it's not like I'm selling stuff on eBay. It's a real business with real employees and a real thing you have to finish. Painting a house from start to finish.
Right.
It's a project that has to get done.
Yeah.
And learn a lot.
And part of it is just the determination, which I think is innate in real entrepreneurs, which is you're going to be damned before you fail. A lot of us end up damned anyway, but it's fine. But it's a mentality, right? Is that something you relate to? Is just that it was a fire to get it done? Because
that's who we are, right?
Yeah.
You are, I am. I'm like, I'm not going to give up. I should give up easier on some things, right?
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of money because I won't give up, right? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Haven't learned that lesson very well.
Yeah.
But that's something that I think, I wish more kids today had a little more drive to stick it through, realize it has to be hard. All this lesson, like when you're in your 20s, it's all about the lessons you're learning, not what the money you're making.
Yeah.
Right. And I think we're missing that. It's like a hard message to get across to people.
It is. And I don't know how else to explain it, because it just seems like people will be dismissive because, they say that we're trying to make people feel like they need to do it the way it was.
Well,
but it's not. I mean, it's a work ethic issue attached to that determination, which is kind of the one little piece that is missing in some people. I mean, now you've got guys that come on and within the first month of working, they want work-life balance answers, things like that.
You know that. I mean,
it's insane. I mean, I understand and appreciate it, but it's also difficult for me to understand how somebody feels like, man, I'm so exhausted. I've been doing 8-hour days for the last, full week, trying to start this company.
I have worked full time for 2 years. I'm so burned out. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
I need to work from home 2 days a week just because I need my balance. I'm like, yeah, get it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and how do you balance some of that now? Because there's no way. Well, I'd say there's no way. Do you just draw a line and say this is how it is and this is how you must function in some of your companies, or are you obviously pivoting some way with the culture? Because obviously we can't keep hiring people that are older and older and older because it runs out eventually. We've got to. What does the pivot look like? What does the compromise look like? What does the educational process on your part look like in trying to understand the new generation of the workforce that are coming up?
Well, I mean, I don't compromise. I mean, it's very simple. If you want to make a lot of money, you will work hard here. If you want to not make a lot of money, you will not work hard here. And if you want to get fired, eventually you'll work less and you'll get fired.
Yeah.
But we have a culture in all the companies we have that everybody's got to work hard. And we pay them well and reward them well. And I have a lot of fun together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you take a look at the core companies in their national services group, which would be College Works Painting and Empire Works and Home Genius Exteriors and Perennial Construction, that's the core of what I do. There's 3,000 employees. And we do a lot of fun things for those people. And we have trips to Mexico and Hawaii and this and that and all just for the top performers, right?
Mm.
We celebrate top performers. And the top performers earn a lot of money. They have a lot of fun. And we make sure they have great lives. And we show them how to enjoy their lives while they still work.
Okay.
Right. And we're also, I don't care if you got to go visit your kid's thing on a Wednesday at 2:00, go have fun. But if you got to work till 10:00 at night, some nights, so be it. That's life.
So there is work-life balance
There is
involved. You just have to have the investment up front like we all did.
Well, we're not an investment bank where they come in, they work 18-hour days and never leave the office, right? That's not what, and those guys don't have work-life balance. But you can work 50 hours a week and still have a great life.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times when people say that all they do is work, it's not accurate. It's not real. All they do is think about work, maybe, but that's on them. That's not on me.
Or mismanaged time.
Yeah. It's not my fault when you go home to have dinner, you're still thinking about work. I'm not bugging you. You're thinking about that in your own head. So not my fault that you're not present with your kids or your wife because you're thinking about work.
Yeah.
You're not working when you're thinking about work.
Is there anything that you coach, since you're not only a multi-business CEO, but you're a CEO coach?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you coach into people in terms of establishing culture in a lot of those businesses? Because there's probably people listening now that are like, that sounds amazing. How do you, amidst this societal culture shift, how do you establish that once you've got something already running? What are some of the things you've experienced?
I think that you have to put culture first. If you put culture first and people first, and yes, we drive people work really hard, but I've got people who've been with me 10, 15, 20, 25 years. And there's a lot of them because yes, they work hard, but they know we care.
Yeah.
Right. So you got a family issue, you got a problem, you need someone to talk to. We're there for you. Right. You need some time off to deal with whatever you got to deal with. We're there for you. And that creates loyalty that people will go the extra mile for us. And we don't skimp on, we pay them well and reward them well.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not looking to go anywhere else. And we cut the people who don't fit that mold.
Is pay the primary incentivizer these days?
No, it's that loyalty. Right. It's that they know that we care about them and they're going to learn a lot. They're going to make a difference in the world, in our little world.
Yeah.
And and they're going to be heard. And that's important. Right.
Yeah.
But then you've got to top it off with proper pay.
Of course.
Otherwise they're going to look for another job.
Yeah. I still think it starts there. They want to be paid, but there's so many other aspects of that balance that people aspire toward. Yeah. And we're
trying. I mean, we're not doing everything right. We do some stuff right.